Hi, how are y'all? Welcome back to Seven Heaven. We got a treat. Ooh, a treat for this one. This is the Wicked for Good reading. It came out November 21st. I was gonna say 1995. 2025. So right on the cusp between Sagittarius and Scorpio. And I'm sure you already see in the news, Ariana Grande and Cynthia ERIVO. You know it's Ozempic era, and the girls look thin. I mean, I'm cool with thin. Audrey Hepburn, love Audrey, but some people think the girls look sickening, and other people think the girls look sick. So we have Ariana Grande. Her birthday is June 26th, 1993. So she's a Cancer, but she's a Gemini in sidereal astrology. So that changes. And then Cynthia ERIVO, she's born January 8th, 1987. She has the same birthday as Elvis, another mountain goat. But she's a Sagittarius in sidereal astrology. And something, I mean, right off the top, Cancer and Capricorn are opposite each other in the zodiac. So this is, anytime you have like an opposite sign, there's an intense understanding that other people think is so mystical, intangible. You can't put your finger on how these two people know each other and get along so well. And so, you know, that's not to say there can't be levels of PR or other things, but anytime you have an opposite sign, it's like they agree so hard, but there's the equal ability to kind of, you know, it's an opposition, so there's that ability to bump heads. In the same level that they can cause each other joy with that understanding, there's an ability to bump heads and hurt feelings more than before, because it's like, oh, this is someone you thought understood you to the core. So when it rains, it pours. When it hurts. But yeah, that's something. I mean, it's just intoxicating. Like, I have a Sagittarius stellium with like 4 planets in there. And anytime, all my Gemini friends, it's a very intoxicating energy. We giggle so hard together and just have good conversation because it's that pull. You know, you feel equally weighted on the sides of these topics. So, but Ariana and Cynthia, I mean, I'm gonna do 3 cards for each, and then some for their, just the crossover of energy, and then check in about the Ethan Slater situation, because, you know, that was kind of everywhere last year, how shady this Broadway actor used to play SpongeBob, and he's born June 2nd, 1992, but, you know, he's somebody, and I mean, we'll get to him, but he's a Taurus sidereally, so we'll check in with that energy too. We'll circle back, but let's get into just cards for this. It's kind of everywhere. I haven't seen, and I mean, I like Ariana and I like Cynthia a lot. I haven't seen this because I'm just oversaturated with Wicked being everywhere. The promos, everything. It makes me lose my appetite. I was talking about this with my sister. Just the over PR of certain things it has the opposite effect. It's the antithesis of, like, instead of making you want to go near it, you want space from it until, you know, you just want space from it because you see it so much. But I'll watch it eventually, and I'm sure the girls did a good job. We're just checking on the energy. What do we have for these 3? Okay. That's Ari. That's Cynthia. And the connection between. Okay. So the 2 cards already. Moon in reverse. And Page of Pentacles. Also in reverse. So there's something we don't know about how they both get paid. And that's just in regard to negotiation of salaries. But that immediately stood out to me of like, okay, there's some kind of energetic imbalance here. And the moon rules silver too. So there's some kind of energetic imbalance about how they get paid. And I think that's where they're sticking together because there's likely people kind of gaslighting them into feuding. So this is like the antithesis. Already with just these two cards, we have that dispute over salary, and instead of being at each other's throats, the girls got hip to the game and they were like, no, we're gonna stick together. So there's almost like the overcompensation closeness because of what's going on with how each one is getting paid, and they refuse to be like a Kim Cattrall and Sarah Jessica Parker situation where they're just publicly feuding. They want to avoid that, so they're doing such the opposite. And already we have Ariana's energy with that moon card. That's the Cancer card, and because you know Cancer's ruled by the moon. You guys know? You know that? Assuming you know that, but if you don't, it does. And then Pentacles, Capricorn. So both of their energy is in. The energetic temperature check is a success. Ariana. We have the Emperor. So I can set these down. We have the Emperor here and Six of Pentacles. Oh. And the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. I mean, she already is that boss energy, but there's very much that craves some kind of leadership. And like the wheel's always turning. She's somebody who obviously, and that's the sirens. So that could be, you know, this film in general, like her gifts, Ariana's gifts, absolutely shine in this because it's a character she was pretty much born to play. From what I hear, I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but her voice can do insane things. So she's been very fortunate, but the wheel's always turning here. The wheel's always turning. And of course we have Taurus and Aquarius and Scorpio and Leo energy, all in the Wheel of Fortune. But it's like the chance of a lifetime, the ability to show all of her gifts. And also I'm getting she's someone who, she wants to be treated like a princess. She wants to be spoiled. So that's kind of like, well, she may have a weakness for taking in whoever can treat her like that in a certain moment, really craving that kind of masculine leadership. And she's drawn to the lead. Let's see if we can get a clarifier in her energy. But I'm sensing that's the weakness too. And let's see when's his birthday. Okay, he's also, yeah, his energy, Mac Miller. He's on the cusp between Capricorn and Aquarius, which is in this card, and already checking in with that Six of Pentacles too. But I think there's just a want to kind of duplicate the best masculine leadership type of energy that she ever had. There's a craving for that. And she's very much somebody who wants to be guided and led and made to feel safe. And I think they make each other feel safe, but that's kind of what's guiding her right now, is that masculine energy. And even possible shopping addiction for her. Just because it's like, okay, more stuff kind of makes her feel better, and just to be spoiled with attention. Oh, let's take another. Yeah, someone who's gonna protect her from the fights. She doesn't really want to fight her own battles. That's really it with this Aries Emperor card, and that's why just the energy for Mac Miller is coming through, because it's that she wants someone to fight her battles for her. She's literally looking for that protector, someone who is at times silly enough to fight her battles. And that is also one of her greatest gifts, is just being that, not even necessarily compared to her talents, which are very obvious, but just, and you know, she's been Asiana, she's been Blackiana, she's been Arabiana, but you know, and each one has been a gift to all of us. But she has the gift of just being that someone that these men want to protect, and so it's easy for her to kind of put the spell on them. And it's interesting, like this white dress in the moonlight girl that reminds me of Glinda. But yeah, she's kind of cast a spell over many a man. And I don't mean that even in the witchcraft way, I just mean an intoxicating presence that she has that's kind of winning these men over. But that's the same energy that we see individually with her. And I mean, she's going to go on her tour again soon, but she was saying that it may be one of the last ones. So that's a major change, and I think that change is making her nervous, because she's someone used to using so much energy to get the things that she wants, that really just wanting someone to guide and lead. And that's where it comes in with the Cynthia energy, because she wants someone to guide and lead her. Cynthia feels like that, but in a feminine presence. Now let's see what we have for the Cynthia cards. Okay, she has the Pisces energy, but upside down with the Hangman, the Ace of Wands, and the Hierophant, but in reverse. Very interesting. It's a codependency with this. It's like the kind of commitment you can't help but just be so drawn to putting all of your energy into this other person. And I'm sensing that for her, it feels like drugs, or there could also be, and I mean, this is weird, this is coming through because it's the Pisces energy. And before the Hangman, I heard Pisces first, but this is also a card of just like being intoxicated. So there could be a drug that they're indulging in together. Someone was telling me a while ago, they were like, oh, you know, crack is so prominent in Vegas. And like, I've never been in the crack circles, but they were saying how normal it is. And I'm like, honestly, I bet it is normal for a lot of people. Not to say the girls are doing crack together, even though they are mad thin. But, yeah, it's that. And this is the Hierophant, which is the Taurus energy. So that's Ethan's sidereal sign too. And I think there's just like an A. Her and Ariana have something that they partake in together. That's, I mean, some people think it could be mutual disorders, which is like, it's rough for the girls because they're giving skeletal, and you know, and I grew up when like Star Magazine and all those, and people were just zooming in on like girls' emaciated bones. And I don't know if things have gotten better or worse, because now the whole internet can talk on you, can shit on you for that. I don't know. But I feel bad to comment on the girls in that way, but it's something that we know, it's noticeable. And it could literally just be like, okay, we do our Ozempic shots together or something, but yeah, and she's the leader of it, or thinks that they're the leader. Because I mean, not to call them a dom and a sub, but there's clearly like a leader energy and like a protected small girl energy, with Cynthia being what appears in the small glimpses we see to be more of the leader in the situation. So she's someone who, whatever it is, she's leading that, or is under the illusion with this Pisces energy that she's leading it, but really Ariana might be leading it, with her just the nurture energy that pulls you in, the Cancer water that kind of pulls her in. But it's them together and kind of a substance. And really, I mean, this is even Cynthia's stepping into the place that, because they were already on each other, but it's like the energetic place that Ethan would be in if they were partners. And I mean, we'll get further into his energy, but we also have this wand. It's like the literally stick skinny, you know, like they take the substance they do together helps them kind of get this goal of the thinness. And the craving for a leader allows them both to partake in it. It's almost the perfect storm, because it's like, it doesn't matter. And I think it's totally normal to have like friends that you're just so obsessed with. And from the outside, it looks weird, especially astrologically, what they have going on. It makes sense. But it's also codependency, which can breed some weird behaviors, especially if there's substances involved or any type of grouping disorders. And even if it's like, well, now I judge myself against someone's body who I wouldn't normally. So it's like in the illusion that they're in, they're each other's new standard. And it's something that, I mean, it's necessary in the illusion, but, and then, okay, in the energy in the middle, we have the Lovers. And we talked about the Gemini. Ariana's a Gemini and sidereal, but it can totally be, and there's Ethan. No, it's messed up. But yeah, it can be a romantic love, but it's also just that soul pairing of like, this is so intense. And it's so funny because I only just now flipped it over, but that's like an intensity. That's an intense connection between them. And the bunny suit, I mean, that's more Alice in Wonderland, but it's like they really went down the rabbit hole. They went down the rabbit hole in this connection that they have with each other. What else do we have for the energy between everyone and just Wiccan in general? It's rumored that the original, that Wizard of Oz, was cursed. And I mean, I guess this would be the trickle down from that. I don't really know where the lore comes from, but what do we have? Very intense though, very intense situation. And the Star, but coming out reversed. I mean, this is, it's a game of catch, almost with the fame. Like they keep wanting to put each other in the spotlight, to give each other the ups, to be the bigger star, because they just don't want it to be, they don't want to be just like faded into this. They don't want to be played against each other in this situation with the salary. And now just like, because they're photographed next to each other probably more than you've been photographed with your family in the last year, right? So that's where this absolutely, like, come on, girls. We're stick thin. We're doing, we're the Wizard of Ozempic together, okay? So they put that pressure on each other, not really intending to, but they're more committed to each other, really, than any other thing. But they're committed to the bit, too, of each other. Because it's genuine. The connection between them, there's a genuineness to it, but it's also driven by wanting to avoid the toxicities, the triangulation, people playing them against each other, worrying about Oscar season, who and what's going to come up for that. Which, let's see. Let's get a card for, Can we get a card for the wicked Oscar, and then we'll move into the Ethan situation? What's the Oscar energy? Well, somebody wins. Let's see. What do we have for the Oscar energy for Wicked for Good? Come on, baby. Okay, well, whoever wins, that's going to be the judgment call in terms of how the relationship between the friends goes, because the friendship may not be able to survive one of them winning the Oscar and the other not. So don't be surprised if you see something having to do with, like, okay, who's winning the award and who isn't. And it doesn't have to be the Oscar. It can also be the Golden Globes. It can be, hell, girl, the Razzies. Okay, when's the last time you heard someone win a good Razzie? Bring back the Razzies. But, yeah, the judgment call between the girls could be whoever wins, what happens in award season. But for now, it's so this. They're so there. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. Because either way, like, it's above. It's not just a lust thing. It's that soul, the twin. They feel like each other's twins. Even though they couldn't look less alike except for the weight. But there's a twinning up of that energy. They twinned up to power up. But that's, I mean, this is card 22, so if you're twinning up to power up, then that can be, when it's time to split, both of them might be left feeling a certain way. What do we have for Ariana and Ethan? Ooh. Okay, these shook out together. See? Okay. So we have this. That we have the 10 of Cups. So it's like, okay, dream love, which it's already somewhere over the rainbow. But then we have this. So it's a reverse. So, and I mean, that tells me, because I guess, from just the basic, whatever Google spit out, it was rumored that they were having some kind of breakup or whatever in October of 2025. And so now, I guess recently they posted a pic together. And I think the timing is funny because it's like, what movie that them, you know, where the two of the leads being together, I don't even know if he's a lead or not, but two of the main people in the movie being together was such a big part of the PR machine. And then we're just going to announce a breakup during the thing. No, you're going to pretend like everything's good. So this tells me that, like, okay, there's some kind of catalyst where they may be pretending everything is all good, or there's something that he doesn't see coming with this. But because it's reversed, I kind of sense that, like, okay, it may have already happened, or maybe someone's being told or coached into this from a PR level, but they may have actually split and are just for the sake of the movie. At least that's the feeling I had. But it's funny that these two fell out together because that's very clear. So they may be on the dunzo. And what do we have? Let's see. One more card is Wicked Cursed. Is Wicked Cursed. Let's see. Tell us something about the Wicked Curse. Wow, y'all. Wow. Something someone did for money. I knew it would come out, though. I knew. Something to do with money. But maybe someone deep in whoever created that story sold someone out, sold something to the devil for some dough or for success or whatever, but that continues to be in the wicked legacy. But hopefully the girlies are okay. But we might see. Don't be surprised, y'all, if after award season this breakup happens and there's kind of a judgment call on the deep, hyper deep friendship, just because the bubble will have burst. And it's the wicked curse. All right, y'all. Those are the messages for Wicked. Let's see. I'll see y'all next time. The light shine through it. Maybe by next Virgo season something happens. But good read, y'all. Check out the personal reads while I still have them. I'm not sure how much longer I'll do them, but this was fun. Y'all. Let me know what other situations you'd like me to read on. And stay hydrated. Bye.